Hey everybody, it's Andy here at Game Montoli, and we are back for round 5 of our Vintage League. We're playing Dredge tonight. We're running into Mosh, who is a 4-color Tinker player. Fortunately, we did not win the die roll, which is a bit of a bummer because we have the Chalice in our hand. I think losing die rolls this particular league has kind of been a common occurrence for us. I mean, it happens. There's 50-50 chance you're going to win or you're going to lose. But I feel like I'm going to have to go back and look at this one. But I feel like I've lost every die roll, and it's unfortunate because a couple of the matches I've had chalices in my hand, and you want to be on the play when you have that. It's a real game changer. Now my opponent doesn't know what I'm on, and they could sandbag their mocks and thinking that they're free of the chalice. Beg your pardon, excuse me. On the top, okay. It could have been worse. My opponent has 4 cards in hand. Yes, we can get tinkered next turn. I mean, that was an awful draw. Mindbreak Trap is at least something, I guess. I'm going to dump this, I'm going to dump this, and I'm going to dump this. I love the Force of Will there, but I am grateful to have the Mindbreak Trap. If the Chalice resolves, the Mindbreak is far less likely to be a functional card, but that's okay. We'd prefer the Chalice to get down. And we should be able to take control next turn. Got 3 Dredgers in our yard. Yep. Got rid of a Time Twister and a Force, which I think is fine. And my opponent's digging in their upkeep here in the Sensei's top, which makes me feel good. We still could be in a boatload of trouble here, but that's just the reality. We've kind of given up our... When you play Dredge, you kind of have the Force in your hand, or you're never going to find it once you got Dredge in your yard, because your main goal is to go off with your Dredge strategy. My opponent now has an extra card with their top, but that's all right. Okay, let's get going. It was not a good Dredge, unfortunately. Let's hit something here. Funny enough, we didn't. Jeez. I mean, next turn we're off to the races, but this turn we didn't hit anything. Like, would have been really nice to get an Icarid into play to start pressuring our opponent with the Prized Amalgam, but them's the breaks, guys. So the thing with this line is my opponent may play into a Mindbreak Trap here. I mean, it's good for them that they've got this little combo going. Oh, Tinker, you gotta be joking. Okay, so we lose. Oh, Citadel. They didn't go for the... I guess I could have countered that one. I will go after this one, though. Nice. All right. Double chills are really nice here. We're going to put quite a bit of pressure on our opponent here. Amazing. That extra chill really matters, guys. Yeah, I mean, they have to block. Okay. We're going to get what my opponent has here no matter what. I'm just going to name Time Walk. I mean, we can name Vampiric Tutor, but it doesn't matter. Pyroblast is not relevant. I see no reason not to take it, to be honest. Okay. Now, there's a chance we can die here. My opponent only has 5 life, but we're living in. All right, let's see if we can sneak one out here. We've got more than lethal here. Great, okay. Down to 2. They have to keep going. They're looking for Time Vault off the top, but they're down to 2 life now. All right. Nice win for us there. Just drank a bottle of wine, was playing some cards with a friend of mine, and came back for round 5 here, and this deck has felt really good today. I'm not going to lie. It has felt good. So Chalice seems like it's good. So does Mindbreak Trap. I mean, we're playing against a fairly explosive deck here. I like the combo piece of my deck. Just didn't come at too high of an expense. I think maybe I just dump 1 Grief on the draw. We'll try something like this. I do like a couple waste effects in my post board, usually against most decks. One to answer Tabernacle. Not that we're dead to Tabernacle. We do have Icarids in our deck, but hitting guys that are on the play with Urza Saga can really become a problem if you don't hit a Dredger early on. It can become a problem. Period. Don't get me wrong. Those are the 2 main reasons that I like to bring a Wasteland. And sometimes just when you have the tempo and your opponent's playing a fair deck, like bringing 1 in can be just huge. Hitting your opponent off, they've got 2 lands, so you take 1 of their lands. Okay. Time Vault. Well, how do I feel about Time Vault? The problem with Time Vault is if they drop a Saga, I think we're in a lot of trouble. Can I kill in 2 turns with a Saga? I think this is one of the ways we lose this game. It's aggressive, and this is what the presence of Urza Saga has done. Like, you just can't let these things resolve. Getting that Chalice down is a pretty big game. We also have an answer for a Needle. My opponent just kind of let it go with that Force. Now maybe they were just not truly worried about what I was doing here, but this is a Tinker. It's a little unfortunate. There's nothing we can do about that, though. They go for Sphinx? Yeah, Sphinx is going to be hard to beat, but we're going to do our best. That was fantastic hitting a Narcomoeba there because we're getting our board going. No bridges. I'm going to wait a turn here. Like, it's going to be hard to beat this. We're probably not going to beat it, to be perfectly honest, but I don't really want my opponent having that. The reason to not do that is because now, oh dear. Okay. Yeah, we're looking for a wasteland now. Let's see if we can find a wasteland for the Sphinx. Like, it's probably just too late, but we're going to try. Okay. We had a really good hand there. The Chalice just, we're on the draw. Chalice didn't come in at the right time. They actually did have Tinker, so... I like what we've got. Against combo, I have had reasonably good success with this deck. There we go. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Put a chill. We have a chill on the bottom, guys. Line of the Void. We're not going to do a lot better than this. Let's do this. My opponent might have a Force of Will. I doubt they have a Flusterstorm, but they might. They do have a Flusterstorm. I'll be damned. Did that turn my trap on? Yeah, it did. See if that worked, and it did. Let's see if we can hit a Dredger here. We actually didn't. We're just going to be very aggressive in our upkeep and get going here. Oh, fantastic. Okay, we hit a Dredger. So I don't think we want to use our Thug here. Fantastic. Let's see how we do here. I mean, hopefully we broke our opponent a bit there with that line. Yeah, I mean, what do you do? Like, the opponent is 2 cards in hand, and they look pretty strong there. I'll tell you that. Yeah, feels like this one's slipping away here. My opponent just had a very high-end sequence, probably a 10%er. And it's going to be difficult to beat them from here. But we'll see. If we get to untap, they don't do anything here, we're in great shape. Saga's fine. Fantastic. So this is what we're talking about. We're just going to try and go off here, and hopefully they don't have any graveyard removal that can hurt us. And my hope is that we're going to hit a couple therapies here. Get that out of there. Let's see what we can find off our Stinkweed Imp here. Chills do matter when there's an active Mana Crypt in play. Okay, so not amazing. We only have one therapy. We know they don't have Tinker in hand. In truth, there's not a lot that I can name, but I'm going to do it anyways. Let's see what we can find here. Maybe just name Force of Will. Just to try and get something out of their hand. We did. Okay. So they have a Ley Line of the Void in hand. The fact that they passed without doing anything really made me suspicious. We just gotta hope here. Like, yes, I realize they're bringing a Saga token in here. We have 2 Echirids coming, and a Bazaar would be really nice. Oh, wow. That was pretty good for them. Probably dead now. I'm going to go after the active Mox. Yes, they can float. But I'm going to try and get rid of this Saga. And if they want to create a creature, I think that's okay. But boy, what a top deck from my opponent. Yeah, just hardcast a Force, okay. Save their permanence. Seems reasonable. They're going to take my Bazaar away. Next turn with a Needle. Not sure what this is. Yeah, wow. That was probably their best draw in their entire deck. It's going to be very difficult for us to win this particular game here. Okay, Hull Breacher's a good one. The problem for us is that dredging is going to give my opponent a lot of treasures. They do have a Mana Crypt, though. Okay, so that life is over. I just have to hope my opponent's Mana Crypt kills them. They're probably going to block here, is my guess. They don't need to worry about my Bazaar anymore, yeah. So they're on a Mana Crypt flip now. They won. We're probably not going to win this battle here. Yeah, our opponent really did just an excellent job of finding like key cards at literally at critical moments in this particular match. Like all 3 games, they've top decked very, very well. And this game in particular, like them hitting that Time Twister off the top was magnificent for them. Okay, I mean, that's something. I still have to try and get in. I want to put them at least on a 3-turn mana crypt flip. What's this? A braid. I have to unfortunately fight over that because I really need to put them on a 3-turn flip. That's just my only way to win. They will kill me before I'm able to do it. Before they lose 4 flips, so it has to be 3. My opponent's probably reasonably pleased with this, but put them to 9. And I should be able to survive enough for 3 flips, but maybe not. Okay, there's 1. Let's see. All right, we're going to go to 18 here. They're going to flip, and then if all goes well, we will get another flip, and they will lose both of them, which will win us the game. Mental misstep's actually not bad, believe it or not. Out of all the cards I could draw here, I don't need to attack here. I'll tell you, despite the odds are probably not great, I have lost 5, 6 flips in a row on Mana Crypt. My opponent is digging. They're really looking for their Tinker to get rid of that Mana Crypt. So the question I have here is, do I actually block? I think I do. To give myself an extra flip. Well, really I don't, but I stay away from a lightning bolt, right? Now my opponent needs to win this flip. And if they lose, we win the match. And if we don't, we lose. Well, there you have it, guys. We played to our outs. Okay, we got disconnected right there as my opponent conceded the match, but they ended up losing 3 Mana Crypt flips in a row. Our gambit to get that one Narcomoeba hit through with the force of will on their braid ended up working out. And despite it was probably a very low percentage line for us to be able to win 3 crypt flips in a row and get the Narcomoeba hit through, it did end up working out, and our opponent was very gracious and offered up a good game at the end. So hats off to them. Very lucky on our part on that last game in particular. But regardless, Dredge feels really strong, guys. I like this particular build. I would consider running this in the event, this particular build. And yeah, as always, thank you so much for hanging out and watching our videos, guys. I really do appreciate it. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and I will get back to you. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.